Gedatsu Kongo repeatedly emphasized his greatest wish was to achieve world peace. Unfortunately, by the time he died in 1948, he did not have time to accomplish his goal. Therefore, it is our duty as his followers to help him complete his mission. Okay, what are the current prospects for world peace? In the United Nations, the vast majority of the non-nuclear nations constantly pass resolutions condemning nuclear proliferation. However, the major nations who already possess nuclear capabilities remain reluctant to do so and to disarm because they're afraid that if they disarm and their adversaries do not, it will put them at a disadvantage and disrupt the balance. Meanwhile, other countries are seeking to join the nuclear family, like Iran and North Korea. And so this would be a destabilizing effect. What have we, Gedatsu members, been doing to support world peace? We've been performing Amachakuyo. We've been offering world peace plaques during our Saitogoma services. We always offer prayers for our Hiroshima and Nagasaki atomic bomb victims near the bombing anniversary. We constantly mention its importance within our daily prayers, but are our actions making any progress? How much longer must we wait for results? This is a question that always comes up. What would Gedatsu Kongo do if you were still living? Okay, Gedatsu Kongo passed away in 1948. He recognized that America had a greater opportunity to lead the world to peace than Japan due to our multicultural society. As we said today, he sent Mother Kyoto to propagate Gedatsu in America because he foresaw the start of World War II before it happened. And he realized that the United States was the place where world peace had to begin. So he sent Mother Kyoto over. And she, in turn, enlisted the help of Bishop Kishida to help propagate Gedatsu in America. Let me get back to that first question. What would Gedatsu Kongo do if you were still living? Okay, that is a question that each and every one of us should ask ourselves. And we can get an answer to that question because on our far right, we have a shrine dedicated to Master Gedatsu Kongo. So why not ask him? Ask him, what can I do to help you achieve your goal for world peace? Okay? And if we did that jointly, it would be stronger than any of us try to do that on ourselves by alone. Okay, there is the Gochi-Nyorai shrine in Japan, Goreichi. For those of you who went last year, you'll recognize the shrine. And, okay, what does the Gochi-Nyorai, which is right here. So you don't have to go to Japan to pray to Gochi-Nyorai. You can come right here on this shrine on the left and pray to Gochi-Nyorai. It will have the same effect. Okay. Why the Gochi-Nyorai? Why is that so important to achieving world peace? I have been praying to Gochi-Nyorai for 67 years. During that entire time, I always thought I was thanking Master Gedatsu Kongo for basing his Gedatsu teaching upon Buddhism and Shinto. That was the only thing I was thinking about for 67 years. However, because I did pray to Master Gedatsu Kongo, because I did ask, what can I do? What would you do if you were still living? I think I had a revelation of what his thought process might be. Okay, in order to share our Gedatsu teaching with other American religions, we must include appreciation for the teachings of Christianity, Judaism, Islam, our native North American, native South American, Hindu, Sikh, Taoist, Russian Orthodox, and any other religion in the world. It is our duty to do this because we have more religions in the United States than any other country in the world. If we can, I'm not saying that we have to enlist them and propagate them and make them convert to Gedatsu. That is not the point. The point is we have to share our teachings with them so they understand and they incorporate into their own thinking. Okay? That was what occurred to me. And from now on, that is what I am doing. When I pray to Gochi Nyodai, I am not just limiting myself to Buddhism and Shinto. Okay, how shall we start? Okay, currently the most active warfare is not occurring between, I shouldn't say between religions, but it's between the Sunni Muslims and the Shiite Muslims. Okay, you have to admit that that's true. In the Middle East, why is this? Because in certain countries, the Sunnis have the political power in most of these countries with a Shiite minority. And I've listed some of the countries here. Iraq, Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Turkey, Indonesia. There are more countries that have Sunni political leadership. But the Shiite minorities within these countries do not agree. And that's why they have civil wars among themselves. Islamists against Islamists. Okay? Now, there are some Shiite political leadership with a Sunni minority in places like Syria, Iran, Lebanon, Palestine. I'm not sure where Egypt, Libya, Tunisia, Jordan, or the rest of the Middle East and Africa lie. There's a hodgepodge. As I said, I just came to this realization less than a month ago. And a month ago, I knew absolutely nothing about Islam. But I've been studying. I've been trying to read whatever I can on the internet, trying to understand their differences, why they are fighting among themselves. And superficially, the Sunnis and the Shiites separated when Muhammad died. And some of his trusted colleagues and leaders followed the path of his father-in-law. And others thought that, no, it should be one of his descendants, and so they followed his son-in-law. Is that so terrible that one would follow the father-in-law, one would follow the son-in-law, if they both came from the same teaching in the Quran? Okay, but it goes deeper than that. The difference is not strictly religious alone, although religion does play a part in it. It's also based on socio-economic reasons. That's not that different from the differences in our country between Republicans and Democrats. But we don't go around killing each other over it. We may argue about it. Okay? I'm not going to even try to say Gedatsu can resolve the difference among the extremists like Al-Qaeda, ISIS, Boko Haram, and their like. They are not really religions. They are literally terrorists, trying to make everyone think like them. Okay, however, especially in the United States, I think there are moderate Muslims. I think they want to be understood. I think they want to be accepted by the American society. And I think that is probably the best place for us to get our foothold. I think it may be productive if we start approaching these groups and seek to understand their positions and have dialogue with them. Okay, many of their spiritual goals are not unlike Gedatsu. In ways, they are even more fervent. They bow and pay homage to Allah 5 times a day. How many of us pray to our universal life force 5 times a day? Okay, so you can't say that they're not religious. It's just that we have to get them to accept other concepts, accept the fact that the physical world and the spiritual world are one, and that we all share a level of spirituality that should allow us to coexist. What we have to do is we have to not emphasize the differences between religions. We have to look at the common ground between them and to groom the similarities. And if anyone would like to join me in this, I would gladly request your assistance. Okay, what are the next steps? Assuming that we can get the Sunnis and the Shiites to stop killing each other. Okay. If we can resolve their hostilities within the United States, we have to ask their leaders to go back and talk to their counterparts in the Middle East, both sides, both the political majority and the minority, and get them together in the same way that we hope they can get together in the United States. If we can succeed on doing this, this would be a great reduction in hostilities. Then, once we do that, then we have to achieve hegemony between Islam and Judaism. Okay? There's still going to be a problem there. But when you look at it, although their religious philosophies may be somewhat different, their ethnicity comes from a common ground. They're brothers. They come from the same land. Okay? It's like, for example, if we compare Japanese against Koreans or Japanese against Chinese, basically, that's what we're talking about between Islam and Judaism. Okay? And at one time, they were very highly supportive of each other because of this common ethnicity. Okay, so what do I recommend that we do about this? I think that we all need to expand our appreciation of Gochi-Nyorai. In Hawaii, there is a very strong Polynesian spirituality. They have native heiaus, which are their sacred grounds, located throughout the Hawaiian Islands. I think our Hawaiian Gedatsu counterparts should recognize these Polynesian deities. In Japan, it's fine what we're doing, but there are other religious sects in Japan, and it's not that the religious sects are competitors to Gedatsu. They are our brothers. Okay, so we need to get them to accept some of our beliefs. Okay? Then and only then can Gedatsu members participate in helping fulfill Master Gedatsu Kongo's goal of attaining world peace. I think that's all I have to say. Thank you.